All right, welcome. We're back. Wildcard weekend has started, and the Chargers have already charged. Whoa, Bryce just like disappeared like a ghost. That was sick.
Sorry.
That was hilarious. I know you're
I'm trying to
fixing your
fix
chroma
my
key or
key,
whatever.
and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it to the right.
I just imagine the
weird
meme.
line around me, and I'm trying to
I just imagine the meme where the dude's like peace up and then he fades out of existence. That's essentially what you look like. Yeah. So essentially what the Chargers did in the playoffs today. What a segue, Bryce. I like it.
Just disappearance.
Just disappearance.
Disappearing when you think you need to.
There you go. I just
pulled a Justin Herbert, dude.
Dude, Justin Herbert might not be the guy.
I think he's the guy.
I think he's the guy too. Their receivers are so bad.
Every player's allowed to have a bad game. It's just
listen, as someone who had Peyton Manning and had to deal with the whole Peyton Manning can't win the playoffs thing.
Yeah, you have first-hand experience for this.
I think we're in the right place to ask questions.
I think it's fair, right? 14 for 32, a touchdown, 4 picks, not good. QBR of 13, that's not great. But at the same time, he had 3 picks all year. So, is it a playoff thing, or is it like he doesn't really have a receiver?
I was gonna say, to be fair, the Chargers also haven't given him a chance to be in the playoffs. So
that is true. Not consistently, though, right?
The last game he was in against Jacksonville, they were up 21-0 or something, and they blew it and lost.
They did. They did.
So it's not so it's not exactly like there's not a history of him not being able to win the big game.
I guess was that, and I don't remember that.
I mean, mind you, part of it was coaching, but
yeah, their coach was terrible.
Nevertheless, it's not like they have guys.
Well, and this was a year though where they kind of slid into the playoffs. They didn't.
Doesn't matter.
This wasn't a team. No, I know. I know. You're coming from the I hate Chargers camp, so let me talk.
No, it's not even. I'm not even saying I hate the Chargers.
But what I'm saying is this wasn't a team. But sure, I mean that's why we said the Chargers chargered. But I'm saying I think it's a little early to say. Justin Herbert can't handle the pressure.
I think it's the perfect amount of time. Well, I think people are trying to let him off the hook.
I mean, yeah, given the other
he's made
playoff game he had 273 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 sacks. So it's not like he was incredible that game either.
The last time he took the Chargers to the playoffs was in 2022, and they should have won that game.
Yeah, especially Trevor Lawrence had 4 picks in that game.
So it's not. And mind you, they were 10-7. They had the same exact. They had one more win, so it's not like they limped in the playoffs. So this notion of that team was weaker. No, team-wise, same record. That team.
No, that's what I'm saying. But neither of those teams was built in a way where you're like, this team should win the Super Bowl or should even win a playoff game.
Not Super Bowl. They should have won a playoff game.
They should have beat both teams. They should have both beaten the Jags and the Texans.
Both are equivalent equivalent matchups. You're talking 2 games though,
Yeah, but it's a matter of competition. You can't. The thing is, you can't let them off the hook and say, "Well, they tried. They didn't really." No,
I'm not talking about the Chargers. I'm talking about Justin Herbert. You're talking 2 games and saying, "Yeah, he clearly can't handle the pressure." This is 2-game sample.
No, what I'm saying is something's wrong when you go in as a favorite.
Are you talking about there's something wrong with Justin Herbert or something wrong with the Chargers?
I think Herbert's the problem. I don't think Herbert's the guy. He's been outplayed twice.
I will say in terms of
he should win.
That's not a good take, but
in terms of
it's a perfect take.
Just to throw this out there, and I don't know if this helps either side.
Any quarterback in that position who puts up the performances he has and gets the result. That's the same question.
What I'm saying. We're talking. You mentioned Peyton Manning already.
Yeah,
you mentioned him off the top.
Yeah,
but how many games did you give him? But how many games did you give him before he finally was able to break through and win a couple Super Bowls?
People bring up his record every time you bring up bad playoff performers. They bring up his record. The guy was 2-8.
Okay, but do we sit here at the end of his career and talk about how bad he was in the playoffs, or do we talk about the fact that he won? No, nobody's. When people think about Peyton Manning's career, they don't sit there and go, "Man, he was bad in the playoffs." They think he won 2 Super Bowls with one with the Colts and one with the.
No, they say he won 1 Super Bowl and limped to another one. Trust me,
he didn't help in our second.
When it comes to his playoff games, they bury him, and they do say he was not a good playoff quarterback.
So it's funny. I'm looking at Peyton Manning's playoff stats. The 1 Super Bowl he did win with the Colts. Throughout the playoffs, 3 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Yep.
And with the Broncos, he had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick throughout the playoffs because he was terrible.
His playoff record,
he's actually not good.
Yeah, his playoff record is 14
so that begs the question: during all those years, did you sit there and say, "Yeah, Peyton Manning, not the guy"?
No, because I'm a delirious Colts fan. It's my team. But when people say that, it's like,
Okay. Do you sit there now and look back and say, we should have gotten rid of Peyton Manning a long time before he left"?
No, you know what my excuse was every time?
That would be a bad take. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
But you know what my excuse was in that era? I just blamed the New England Patriots because every time they have to go up against New England, it's like, oh, we play New England. Tom Brady's just that good. Oh well, we're just their punching bag again. That was my logic. I never once really blamed. I was like, oh, damn, those damn Patriots again. The Chargers don't have that excuse. What they say? Oh, the damn AFC South, they're so good.
So it's 2 games. That's all I'm saying about in Justin Herbert's defense. And for us to act like 2 games is a perfect sample size to determine that he's not the guy. I'm not
saying the perfect sample size. I'm saying the question has to be raised.
I'm saying you're calling it way too early. And also, Peyton Manning had guys around him. Justin Herbert does not have enough guys around him. He has Ladd McConkey and who's their running back again?
Dobbins.
Dobbins. He's not surrounded by talent on offense. They didn't
have talent on offense. He's got
a decent defense.
Peyton Manning didn't get his offense until
Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, and Marshall Faulk.
but they didn't. I don't think they got. They didn't really.
It's not comparable.
Didn't help.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. He does not have that many tools.
He doesn't, and I think it's fair to say that yes, it is too early to completely write him off, but I do think it is also fair to say it might be start time to question that if he is the guy. Not necessarily to say he is not the guy, but to start wonder because it's 2 game sample size, it's too small. But he looked like crap today. He lost in 2022. If you look at his games this year against all the good playoff teams, they're all losses. So except for I think there might be one. Yeah, but they lost to the Chiefs, they lost to the Ravens, they lost to the Steelers. They lost to all of these teams.
Broncos, right?
Yeah, they beat the Broncos. But I wouldn't say we're one of the elite playoff teams, though, as much as I'm a delirious Broncos fan. But yeah,
I just look, and I'm a Rams fan.
Yeah,
I am still wanting Chargers success, but I'm not really necessarily a Chargers fan per se.
Right.
I sit there and watch I sit down and watch the Rams. If the Rams lose tomorrow, I will be fan, and it'll be all fan
Monday.
Sorry.
For the record, in Peyton Manning's first 5 years in the postseason, so I don't know how many games that equates to. I think 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in his first 5 years.
So at 8 games in his first 5 years, the man had 11 points per game, a 47.6 completion percentage, 186 passing yards per game, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 7.3 yards per game, 1 sack, and he was 0-3.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're talking first 5 years, not first 5 playoff appearances.
Yeah, first 5 years.
I think my takeaway from all of this was just that the Chargers need to go out and get a couple more tools on offense.
Yeah, 100%. They needed Keenan Allen. That would have been really nice to have today.
Yeah,
or Mike Williams.
I think give them one or two more tools today, and we're sitting here going, "Oh, wonder what the Chargers are going to do."
But the whole thing is he had those tools 2 years ago.
Oh, he did. He was also 2 years younger. He was 20.
Yeah, he was also what he was also in the third year of his career. In the first year,
he is a much better player now than he was 2 years ago, just in general.
So maybe I know I'm giving him a short leash, but it's also the thing of like that's the conversation you're going to hear.
100%.
Maybe they need to move on.
I don't deny that people are going to say it. I just think it's a little early to really be making much implications.
But the reason they're going to do it is didn't they sign him to like one of those 5-year $100 million, $125 million deals? So then that's probably where it's going to be coming from, where it's like you're blowing the money on him, and you didn't pay him. You didn't pay for the other guys. You didn't pay to keep Keenan Allen. You didn't pay to keep Mike Williams.
Austin
Eckler.
I honestly, I think that's always a mistake that a lot of teams are making. I'm waiting a couple of years for the Broncos to do it to Bo Nix, and then for Bo Nix to have nobody around him because once his rookie deal goes up, because he's.
I see what you're saying with the rookie deal, but also like with the way quarterback is in the NFL, like there's really not any other option. Like we could say, like let's say if Justin Herbert isn't the guy, maybe he does his 2 or 3 more years in a row, and he definitely isn't the guy. You're not replacing him. What are you replacing him with? Like Kirk Cousins,
unless you get a high end, unless you get a good draft pick. And
so that's the tough part of any of this is like there may only be like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that are truly the guy. And everyone else just kind of has to work with the best they got. And Justin Herbert, if he's not the guy, is probably the best you could do with everything else. So yeah,
I think he has. I think Justin Herbert honestly has. I mean, he's shown flashes.
Oh yeah, no, he's incredibly talented.
A guy.
Oh, he's shown way more than Richardson though. Like
I was gonna say, that's a bad comp.
But my point is,
that's a bad comp.
But my point is like at some point they're gonna have to face and be like, hey, we paid him a lot of money.
Anthony, I was gonna say, Herbert has had stretches of seasons where you're like, wow, this is a dude.
Yeah, he's had 5,000 yard season. He had 38 touchdowns
in games where you go, wow, that play. I would compare Richardson's stretches of like looking like whoa to like plays where Zach Wilson looked like whoa.
I'll tell you what, if Zach Wilson can throw an 80-yard bomb off his back foot, then you can make that comparison. No one can do that, but
that's true. Not even Patty Mahomes can do that one.
And Mahomes can pull that.
That's the thing is Richardson has the highest ceiling I think of anyone in the NFL. It's just he's just not even close.
Anthony Richardson is just Trey Lance, despite what everyone was telling me at dinner that I was saying. I'm like, no, the man's Trey Lance.
Yeah,
I didn't love that pick.
I didn't like it. I hated it. I wanted Stroud.
No, I know. That's
I was hoping.
I also did not like Richardson as a pick for you guys because
I wanted either Young, but I was really hoping that what would happen is that Houston. I didn't expect Houston to trade and take Stroud. I figured Houston was going to try to get the more athletic guy and go for the bigger guy and take Richardson, which meant I got Stroud and I would have been happy.
Right.
But I can't have nice things.
Nah, you're a Colts fan. You're not allowed, dude.
I'm not a Colts fan. I'm a free agent.
Oh, that's right. You're a former
I'm a Bills fan. I'm a Bills fan.
Hey.
Because the Bills can't hurt me. The Bills can't hurt me.
The Broncos can, though. The Broncos can.
Broncos can. The
Broncos
Bills can.
They'll
get to the Super Bowl and lose on a field goal to the Lions. Watch.
Hell yeah. Dude, that makes me so happy for the Lions.
I'd be saddened because I'm like, damn, Buffalo's 0-5 in their last 5 Super Bowls. That's got to be some kind of record.
That is.
They went to 4 Super Bowls.
They went to 4 straight in the early 90s.
To be fair, that alone might be the most mind-blowing stat. Is you're going to 4 Super Bowls in a row and you lost all 4. That is miraculous. That is some kind of record.
Oh, it 100% is a record. Yes.
Mind you, I don't want the Chiefs to win in the Super Bowl. I don't want the Chiefs. I want the Bills to beat the Chiefs this year. I think they might.
I mean, I
honestly kind of want the Bills to win the Super Bowl.
I think Buffalo fans deserve it.
Obviously,
yeah.
Like I think it's the Lions. I want the Rams.
I think it's the Lions to lose, unfortunately.
And you know what? That's okay too.
I also wouldn't. I was gonna say I wouldn't be too upset if the Lions won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, give one of these teams that's never won one. Give them one, and I'm fine if the Broncos don't win. Give it to one of the teams that haven't won one before. As long as it's not the Chiefs, as long as it's not the Steelers, who lost, by the way, not the Ravens. Shocking. I'm good. Don't give it to the Eagles because I love when Philadelphia fans are sad. That's always funny to me.
Somebody said on CBS they did the thing. They're like, "Oh, the Chiefs are winning 3 in a row over the Eagles," and I'm like, "That's such a lazy, what a lazy sort of way to go about it." There,
lazy, but also not crazy. Like,
I don't think it's crazy, but I'm just like, I just want excitement. Yeah, I want something.
We want to feel again.
Not even like I want to necessarily be like I want to feel again. I'm just sort of tired. It's the same thing with baseball. It's like I'm tired of it being like these boring ass like, oh, it's the favorite again. Tee hee.
Like, so what I'm hearing is you were all on board the Heat making it to the NBA Finals as an 8 seed. That's what I'm hearing.
They beat the Celtics, right?
They did beat the Celtics, yes.
So yes.
Okay, fair enough.
I hate the Celtics.
Fair enough. You hate the Celtics more than you hate the Heat, is what I'm hearing.
When it came to the Heat Celtics, I was put in a very bad position to where I had to root for the Miami Heat, who I might hate on par with the Celtics.
Yeah.
I had to root for the Heat because the annoyance of having Heat fans gloat is way better than the Celtics having any ounce of joy.
I will say, the era that bothered me the most in that regard was when we had all those finals with the Warriors and the Cavs. It was just constant year after year of LeBron versus Steph.
Yeah, that was just annoying.
And I get like, and what I hated was when LeBron came out and was like, "You guys need to be okay with this. You guys need to love this because this is awesome for the NBA. Because it's the best of the best." And it's like, no. So we want to see our teams do well, and if we don't have our teams doing well, we want to see a Cinderella story. We don't want to see these guys who are like bought by their team. Like it's just like a whole. I will say, the Cavs' first championship.
Yeah, that was great.
Was great.
Yeah.
After that, I was done with seeing the Cavs and the Warriors in the NBA Finals. It was just, I had enough of it.
I'm torn because I agree. I love the Cinderella. I love give me a different winner every year. But also the basketball played in those Warriors Cavs series is some of the best basketball. Well, some of the best basketball I've ever seen.
That exciting. I think it had flashes, but it was like
that Kyrie game winner, the LeBron chase down block.
Yeah, no, there was great moments. Don't get me wrong; they made for good finals, but it was like
I understand your sentiment though. Yeah,
for me, I sat down. I was like, I've got no rooting interest in this.
Yeah,
it was great the first couple rounds, but then after it sort of felt like I think we talked about this, or CJ and I talked about it, where it was like where the Lakers played the Warriors on Christmas Day, and it was like all the Christmas Day games were very uninspired basketball, just top to bottom. Despite what everyone's saying, like, "Oh, the product's good," and you thought the football was bad. The NBA product was great. And I'm like, I don't care about 40-year-old LeBron and 37-year-old Steph Curry. I don't care anymore. This isn't exciting stuff for me anymore. I'm not.
The people
I don't want to relive,
dude.
I don't want to relive my high school. Like, I'd rather watch Jokic. I'm not even joking.
Good.
I'd rather watch Jokic.
Tangent. Last night, after a whistle, he threw up a left-handed skyhook from the 3-point line and swished it, and it was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. That'll be in his bag next year.
Here would be my thing that I would want to see, and it's not going to happen. I would want to see either Jokic or Doncic end up in the Eastern Conference.
Well, they're gonna play together.
That way we could.
They're gonna play together in Denver. We got the script already. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't understand. He's gonna. Luka's gonna demand a trade, and he's gonna come to Denver and play with his best buddy Jokic. And then once they retire, they're gonna run horses together.
And we're gonna have Russell Westbrook as our 2 guard, and it's gonna be glorious. Oh yeah, we're getting Russell.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, the Clippers have have James Harden to lead them to the promised land. I'm sure that'll go well.
That'll go great for them. I'm proud. I'm happy for them. Hey, to be fair though, Norman Powell is awesome. So
meanwhile, good old playoff P has said he's bored in Philly.
Oh yeah, he hates being played as a center, right? Is that what I read today?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, so is he gonna get traded? Probably not.
I don't think he can. I don't. Oh, maybe he can now.
I was gonna say that contract, unless you're trading like Paul George
LaVine.
for LeBron James or something.
Zach LaVine, Paul George, make it happen. That's the one. Or Jimmy Butler. Honestly, Jimmy Butler though, that might.
If they sent Jimmy Butler to Philly,
that would be so funny.
He would kill himself.
I don't know where Jimmy Butler basically just wants to go to Phoenix and that's it. But also Bradley Beal's like, I'm not waiving my no trade clause, so like the Suns literally have.
Beal wants to go.
Well, Bradley wants to stay. They literally benched him. They benched Bradley Beal, and he's like, "That's fine. I'll come off the bench." And he's just been balling, and he's not gonna waive it. So you know what? Good on him.
He's putting up, He's putting up 17 points a game, about 4 assists, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 50% from the field.
That's not bad.
They bench this?
No, they benched him because they want to trade him. They need him to waive his no trade clause. So they benched him to try to force his hand. So and he said, whatever, I'll just ball off the bench. Yeah. I got a lot of respect for him.
This man's a G. Screw that.
That's awesome, right?
Yesterday he led the team with 25 points off the bench to beat the Hawks. Dude, why are you getting rid of this guy?
Yeah. Bradley Beal is not worth the contract. I think everyone can agree.
No, he's not worth the
contract, but one, he got the contract, he was very good, and more power to him for taking advantage of what his contract says and not letting the billionaire bully him. I like Brad Beal now. I didn't like him. I like him now.
No, they said I think they said I saw a thing where he said allegedly he'd waive it to he'd waive his no trade clause to the Lakers. And I'm like, I don't think they're sending him to the Lakers, but I'll take dude, if he's putting up 18 points and he's like, I'll play off the bench. You want me out of here? Like, dude, I'll take it. I mean, the only thing that sucks is his plus minus is -4, but
oh yeah, he doesn't play defense. So there's that whole thing. But
he'll fit. Don't worry, he'll fit right in with the Lakers.
Right, exactly. It's alright. You got Anthony Davis playing center. He'll be fine. Probably. He's not made of glass or anything.
Yeah, it's not like we need a center or anything.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey,
I'll take Andre Drummond back. Honestly,
Andre Drummond's hurt too. That's why Paul George is playing center, dude.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's why Paul George is playing center, because Embiid and Andre Drummond are both hurt, and there are other options like an undrafted rookie. So they're like,
oh, God,
here you go, Paul George.
I'll take Dwight Howard back, and
he's talking shit with he and Shaq are in a pissing match.
Apparently, not in a pissing match. It feels like.
To be fair, I think Shaq is just a giant baby. He comes off as just a giant baby in all of this.
You know what's funny? He doesn't necessarily come off as a baby with a lot of other players.
But Dwight Howard,
there's something weird with Dwight Howard. I don't know why he sat down and was like, "I'm just gonna hate on Dwight Howard."
It's like the Superman thing or something. But
yeah, I think it has. Weirdly enough, I think it has literally everything to do with that All-Star game where Dwight Howard did the Superman layup.
That's so stupid. It's not. Shaq isn't known as Superman.
Sorry, I remember watching that. I will never refer to that as the Superman dunk. I will refer to it forever as the Superman layup because he didn't actually dunk it. He threw the ball.
I guess he did throw it in, yeah, but
that was not a dunk.
You're right. It's not a dunk.
I hated that dunk from that. Like everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" And it's like, yeah, super athletic, but it was not a dunk. All he did was jump up super high in the air and throw the ball in the hoop.
Hey man,
which honestly almost takes more skill.
I was gonna say it's still pretty impressive, yeah.
Have you?
But I still hate it because I'm like that. The judges should have been like, "That wasn't a dunk."
Hey, remember when Aaron Gordon was robbed of 2 dunk competition titles?
Why the fuck would you bring that up? Yeah, he was robbed, 100%. It's funny because in the moment I didn't care because he wasn't on my team, and now I retroactively give a shit about it.
Yeah, because Dwayne Wade's a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon.
I love the fact the 76ers are 15 and 21 and the Magic are 22 and 18. I find that hilarious.
Yeah, the Magic have basically been cursed by a witch or something. They're so injured, and they're still actually good. Whereas
the Sixers
are terrible.
Sixers
My favorite thing is being a part of BYU, Utah, Twitter. Is I see all these Jazz fans. And every time the Jazz lose, they're like, "What the heck, Jazz? Why are you losing?" I'm like, "You guys should be happy about losing and sad about winning."
What do they expect? The Jazz are terrible. I think they might be the worst team in the NBA.
They're 9-28. They are 2 games.
They're horrific.
They're like 2 or 3 games out of being the worst team record wise.
Yeah,
and it's bad. Like they should honestly be selling off their assets and saying
they should.
We need to do everything we can to get Cooper Flag.
Clarkson.
Well, they got Walker Kessler.
Walker Kessler's
super solid. They've got what's his name?
Jordan Clarkson's the other big one.
Jordan Clarkson. No. I was talking about
Colin Sexton.
They have what's his face,
Swedish
don't
they?
Guy. They have what's his face, right?
Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen,
right? Yeah. They've got some super talented guys. Like, in fact, I honestly think if they were allowed to just win, they could be like a middling team. But I think Ainge has gone in there and gone, okay, we can't middle to another like sort of in the lottery, but not really having a solid chance. It's like they need one of these next years to either get Flag or
When did they get John Collins? That was
they've had him for like 2 years.
They traded for him like a couple years ago.
Dude,
I actually thought that was gonna build into something because I thought they were gonna be like, oh, okay, we got John Collins. We traded 3 draft picks for Bradley Beal or something. Some weird, like. No, I'm just throwing a name out there of like a solid other player where it would be like, okay. This turned into
Patty Mills is still playing. What the heck?
He is, yeah.
Jesus.
But I thought it was going to be like it would all turn into something where they got like another solid guy where it was like, okay, this is a good Jazz team, but it was going to be this is a good Jazz team, but still not good enough to do like the years I think it's the funny though because the Jazz, there's so many Jazz fans that almost hold to like we should have kept what's his butt? Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And it's like you weren't gonna win a championship.
They hated each other, dude.
They hated each other.
And even if they didn't, it's like they weren't gonna win a championship with that roster.
No.
Unless you found a way to get a Markkanen some other way. Then yeah, maybe if you added Markkanen into that mix, you might have had a semi-okay chance at winning the finals, but
yeah, like I don't know if you can really win a championship with Rudy Gobert just full stop. Like he doesn't do anything offensively. Defensively, he's good, but like he gets exposed when a guard switches out.
Where are the Timberwolves right now? What's their record?
They're middle of the pack.
Yeah, they're middle of the pack.
Oh yeah, 20 and 18.
Yeah,
because you got rid of Towns, so it's like.
Yeah,
you got rid of Towns and didn't really replace the talent there. Like,
hey, Julius Randle is not a joke. Okay, I'm just kidding. I hate Julius Randle. He's a basketball.
They got 2 guys that basically don't do anything.
There are times where Randle in his career, I thought, wow, great, awesome guy, and then there were times I was like, okay, no, never mind.
No, I mean the whole thing is like I think CJ and I talked about this, where it's like they got 2 guys who very much aren't team players, and I think Anthony Edwards is pretty much like pissed off about it.
Yes, 1,000%.
So I wouldn't be shocked if you see those guys get traded, strictly because Anthony Edwards is very much the leader of that team, and he's not putting up with their shit. Like and it's very much I got this we carried this team to a Western Conference final and all this stuff, and it's like, and this is how you repay us is like you trade away our best player, replace him with 2, Beavis and Butthead.
The thing is with Julius Randle, I don't know who really would even want him because like he's not really a winning, functioning basketball player in that way. And the other thing that's kind of been underrated, but Mike Conley has like nosedived. And they basically don't have a point guard. So that's part of the reason why they're so bad. Mike Conley has been playing terrible.
I think if you put Anthony Edwards with the right coach, like this, I'm thinking like a Kobe and Phil Jackson kind of pairing. I think you could get like a really good like league player, but until that day happens, the problem is I'm not saying, by the way, and I'm not.
I was like, I like
Finch.
saying he's a former Nuggets assistant.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying you need a special kind of coach.
Oh,
the reason Phil Jackson was so awesome with Michael, with Kobe, with Shaq was because he knew how to manage like their egos, and like that was a very special pairing.
He also didn't really have to coach. He kind of just sort of let him go.
No, exactly. That's like his triangle offense was okay. But
his offense, you know what his offense was, and it would still work today. His offense is, hey, you pass the fucking ball around and you give it to the guy who's open.
No, exactly.
That's a crazy idea. I can't believe you'd even suggest that.
I know. I'm like, what a, because I remember when they shipped him off for fucking D'Antoni, and I'm like, you traded away the triangle offense, which is like a moving ball offense. It creates so much from it to the 7-second offense, which is just like.
Everyone run.
Sprints.
Yeah.
That's the thing I laugh at. You'd think in this day and age of basketball, they'd bring back the triangle for that reason, because you can get more open looks.
Well, I think part of it is because didn't the triangle offense essentially require you have a post center or power forward that everything worked through? Like nowadays, teams don't play that way.
I think it required. If Bryce might know offhand, because Bryce played more of the small and power forward and center. I think the way it worked was it just required 3 guys. So theoretically, your point could be like a small forward and then the 2 guards.
Yeah, the triangle doesn't really necessarily require you to have a center.
Gotcha.
Because all you're doing is creating you're just I mean, you do need a guy who can play in a post, but you just need Lakers. I think the Lakers could execute the triangle with LeBron as your kind of like post presence.
Yeah.
Because they did it with Gasol, and Gasol really wasn't a post guy, and it worked. And like Bynum kind of could, but also Bynum wasn't really like.
But even then, like
who I think could honestly execute the triangle really well. Jokic. I think that would be a perfect offense.
Jokic.
He could do any offense.
That the Nuggets do anything different than what they've been doing because they've made him so successful.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where I think he would be perfect in that offense. I think if somebody like said Kurt Rambis come and coach Jokic and do the triangle offense, I think it would be fairly successful. But that's also partially because Jokic is just so weirdly good at basketball, even though his physical nature does not seem to be indicative of a super good athlete. Like the way he plays basketball, there was a reason that he was a 2nd-round draft pick.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah,
and then you're like, it turned out his talent level way exceeded the way he played, but it's just one of those things. It's like just throw the worst NBA body you could put, but then the softest touch and the smartest player to ever live. Boom, you have a Hall of Famer somehow.
So realistically, he probably could play it. He'd probably be great at it.
1,000%.
Rove.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't know why an offense like that's not around anymore. Do you think that would make sense? Especially with how many threes are shot up, you think you'd want the ability to have that the whole corner, back around and stuff.
All right. Wow, we talked about the Jazz, which was weird. I wasn't expecting that.
Bryce has to make the BYU connection.
No. It was what was the connection there? Was
you literally said you were because you're talking.
Oh, about the BYU and Utah fans
and you're
on Twitter,
and then BYU Twitter, and they like the Jazz and get upset when the Jazz lose.
Oh yeah, somebody else bring it back to BYU losing, and it's like, or needs to lose, and it's like.
Bring it back to BYU, man.
I wasn't trying to bring it to BYU. I was laughing at the fact that Jazz fans. Yeah. I was trying to explain. All I was trying to do is explain why, I think it's funny as a Lakers fan why Jazz fans are so like pissed every time they lose. And
the Lakers get
you should be happy. You should be ecstatic every time you lose. You should want to have like a historically bad season.
Just to get
these Fires. Man, these Fires are giving the Lakers some rest. They might get.
That's true. They canceled the games today or postponed them or whatever.
I mean, that's what everybody says is the reason the Lakers won the championship in 2020 is because they had all that rest.
The bubble championship. So is this going to be the Fire championship, dude?
All we need is a natural disaster.
Yeah, hell yeah, and that's how you win championships.
Hey, just saying, if there's another pandemic, I'm ready this time. We're streaming WoW 8 hours a day, man. We're ready.
I was gonna say, I think we would all be like, there'd be like schedules for us now to be like, okay, we'll just do the podcast a couple nights a week.
I wish I'd be working as normal. I work from home. It's all the same to me.
Yeah, you'd be the same. I wouldn't.
I was like, nothing changed for me during the pandemic, so it was like whatever. I work from home 2 more days a week. Yeah,
but I think they would honestly. They never got me to work in the out of the office. Or, like they never got me to do much work like
work
at home.
Yeah,
and what's it called? And I think this time around, if there was another pandemic, they've got ways now where I think they would make me work from home. That's good. Before it was just like it came so out of like left field that it was like
you didn't have the technology.
We don't have ways for you to do your job from home, so
yeah, I was already working from home 3 days a week, so they were just like, "You're just working from home 5," and I'm like, "All right, cool. I guess I don't have to drive 2 days a week, so this is nice." Anyway, now we know so next natural disaster means Lakers championship. Got it. I'll be on the lookout and maybe go contact my bookie or something.
I don't know. The Fire might have already given it. You should.
It's true. Maybe I should just throw like a solid 20 on the Lakers or something.
What are their odds right now?
That's a great question. I have no idea. I'd have to pull up DraftKings.
Let's see
what their futures are. Lakers future
title odds. Thunder plus 260. Nuggets are 14. Jesus.
Yeah. Where are the Lakers? The Lakers are between
35?
plus 35 and plus 5,000 depending on where you're at.
Not the worst bet in the world.
No, it actually isn't that bad.
The fact that the Warriors are above them is a joke.
Yeah, also part of this is the way they have to move money, not necessarily who they actually think will win.
No, I know a lot of it.
Yeah,
that's true. There is a lot of like the people might be betting the Warriors. They probably have slightly better odds because they want to believe that he's got one more left in him.
Mm-hmm. And to be fair, they were really good the first part of the season, though they've the wheels have fallen off over the last handful.
Because it is interesting that the Cavaliers are plus 900. Are plus 900. The Celtics are 260 and the Thunder are 260. And I'm pretty sure the Cavs have a better record than the Celtics.
Oh no, the Cavs I think have only lost 4 games all year.
Yeah, they've lost 4 games, right?
Yeah, they're insane. Donovan Mitchell might actually win a championship.
I don't think they're going to win a championship. Call me crazy.
I don't know. That team is real.
I think my whole thing, and I know though the problem is with the NBA.
Donovan Mitchell also does have a little bit of a reputation for disappearing in the playoffs. Speaking of which,
but the biggest
he went toe to toe with Jamal Murray in the bubble. They both went for 50.
Those were great. Those games were
were so good.
Yeah, but outside of that
series,
seasons where he was not.
Yeah.
I mean,
but my only thing
with
the
Cavs
wrong. The only thing with the Cavs is, and this is just
that's why I said a bit of a reputation, not a reputation.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But the problem with the NBA is a lot. I think with especially like teams like the Cavs, for instance, I think when you play them like these series where they're all 7 games and you gotta win 4, I think that teams like the Cavs, where it's like, oh, they're so good, I think they get exposed by teams like
they get figured out a bit. Yeah,
they get exposed by like the other teams that are like muddling, especially like the muddling teams. Where it's like they kept their head above water and had a fight where it's like the Cavs are going to be coasting pretty soon. So it's like the teams that, the grittier teams are probably going to get up and, and probably give them more trouble than they expected.
Right.
I mean, to be fair, they have Max Strus. Like, the Max Strus is going to disappear because he's a former Heat guy. So he's going to disappear.
That's true. Though they have who's become one of my favorite players, Jared Allen. He plays ethical, farm-raised, organic, free-range basketball. Incredible. Incredible quote by him. He's a nerd. I love it. He definitely plays World of Warcraft.
Probably.
Oh, 1,000%. All right.
Anything else?
Anything else? Do we want to talk about any of the NFL games tomorrow? I guess go Rams, or Rams are on Monday, but go Rams, go Broncos.
Go Bills.
Sorry, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I said go Broncos.
There we go. No, it's just crazy. That did it work?
Spects might be a football fan free agent right now, so
I did send him the sheet to fill out for whenever he's
I didn't
ready,
fill it out.
Yeah,
I didn't fill it out.
And you got to submit it to Roger Goodell.
Oh, right. I gotta send it to Roger.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but one of your friends is also one of the most annoying Broncos fans ever. Do you really want to feed that?
He ain't talking
Yeah.
about
See,
me,
here's
right?
here's the thing.
I was like, I know you have another Broncos fan. I hope
We're
I'm
not
not the
talking
one.
about you. No,
Dylan's
that's
a
what I
troll.
said.
Here's the best part. Dylan's a troll, and Dylan's just goes with it. I respect it because he'll talk his crap, but he also at the end of the day is like, they were supposed to be 6 wins. I'm gonna rub it in and love it as much as I can.
As true Broncos fans should. Yes.
But I really still don't expect Spects to really abandon the Colts.
No, he'll be back next year. He'll relapse.
Only because he hasn't yet abandoned the Angels. So
no, that's a blood pat I made for life. Totally not the Bills, but the other animal team, the Bills, Eagles, and Commies tomorrow. Although I think the Bucks might sneak it out.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if Jaden Daniels is what the playoffs do to him. I'm sure he'll be fine, but there's definitely a chance rookie playoffs.
Yeah, because the whole thing is generally it's I think the rule of thumb is they'll show up, but the Buccaneers will probably win, but it'll be he'll be ready next year kind of thing.
Do you know who I think is going to be a huge Rams fan on Monday? JJ McCarthy.
I don't think they're going to pay him. I don't think they're going to pay Darnold the money, unfortunately.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You're saying,
but the thing is,
McCarthy...
if Darnold comes out and makes a run to the conference championship or the Super Bowl, which I don't think he's going to do, but I'll get that out there. But if he somehow did get one of those two things accomplished, they would pay him. They would unload the Brinks check and just say, McCarthy, we're gonna trade you to the team that wants to develop you for
I think they'll pay him.
Draft pick, but...
No, I think they'll pay. I'm saying they might pay him, but I don't think he's gonna get the $60 million.
Probably not.
They're not gonna do that.
He shouldn't, because he's still
someone will.
one-season commodity. But
But my point is,
no, I'm saying I think the Vikings will probably take him on.
I think they'll. If I had to guess, the Vikings want to keep him because
if he performs well or decently against the Rams, and if he beats them, I think he gets paid by the Vikings.
I think he's going to get paid regardless. So I think they can say, "Hey, we'll give you 10 years, 10 years, 30 or 10. Wow, 3 years."
Man, is this a baseball contract? What are we talking about here?
What is this contract?
3 years, 30 makes more sense. Yeah,
but for 10 years, you've got a guarantee. Except
3 years,
because with the NFL,
you
can get rid.
Million.
All right, you guys still there? Oh no, did my internet die? My internet might have died. That's so sad. Well, oh nope, oh maybe. Hey, all my videos in shambles. I don't know why.
Hello?
Video's back. Hello. I think Discord died.
Just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we all lose each other's?
I thought it was my internet, but yeah, I think Discord just.
Yeah, I know the Discord thing.
I was glad that wasn't just me freaking out. I was like,
what the hell? I'm on Ethernet and everything.
They're both frozen, and I'm same. Oh well. I looked at that and I was like, that's my internet.
Yeah.
I saw the thing drop.
But then I saw Spects left the call that came back in? Are we
Well, I
still
thought it was-
streaming? Too?
Yeah, no, the stream was fine. The stream will
never
see
went
that. Yeah, the stream was
I
fine because
thought-
it was a Discord thing.
I thought it was just me.
Well, I mean, I was just saying it would probably the stream probably showed you and Specs and me frozen because it's coming from your computer.
Yeah, yes, it did. Yeah, no, that's it. I even was like, "Am I alone? What's happening here?" So yeah,
You were all alone.
I was all
You
alone.
were carrying us.
I was carrying us in my fear.
I thought my because like I've had times like nights where my internet just like drops and I was like, no, not tonight.
That sucks, dude.
You can't play Final Fantasy VII.
You know, so I guess one thing it's so funny when you were talking about JJ McCarthy. For the first like 60 seconds of that, I thought you were talking about the Dallas head coach Mike McCarthy, and I was like, why the hell would he care if the Vikings win? But now I understand why.
Oh no, JJ McCarthy.
It took me way too long.
He's gonna be. JJ McCarthy probably wants to see his team get smashed and see Darnold throw like 5 picks.
So that he's the quarterback next year. Yeah.
Yeah. So that way they're like, nope, he was just holding this over. Yeah. Now McCarthy could take it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think you plug McCarthy into that offense and he gets similar results. I think that offense is really one of those offenses where you just need someone who's not going to turn the ball over because Justin Jefferson
is incredible.
Justin Jefferson, I mean, and then
Addison is crazy.
Addison's kind of underrated in a way, like which is crazy.
Still crazy. Yeah,
he's super talented, but like,
and their head coach is nuts
in the sense that because he gets so overshadowed by Jefferson.
Yeah.
Hawkinson was out for a good portion of the year, but he's a solid tight end.
Yeah,
like that offense is built to be successful
really
despite the quarterback, like
and despite the running back. I don't even know who their running back is.
So I think
washed up guy number 4.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's
it's Aaron Jones. What am I talking about? Aaron Jones is good too.
Yeah, and he's as I say, he's decent. Like he can give you the yardage. Like he's not what he was at one point,
but he's a solid like starter. It's fine. Cool.
So,
well, I guess
at the risk of dropping our Discord call,
I guess we should wrap this up. Yeah. Thanks you guys for watching. We'll be back, me and Spects, this week, Wednesday. Probably just talking about what happened in the NFL. And then we'll see you guys, the full group next week.